Being sheriff is a demanding job. It's their job to keep the peace, to make sure that people feel safe in their homes at night, even if they really aren't. A good sheriff does whatever it takes to avoid panic and maintain civility in the town they protect. The movement of information had to be controlled, or one small problem could snowball into something they could never hope to control. May Facay used her free hand to wipe the sweat from her forehead, only to have the now muddy waters of Blue Velvet Pond leave a dirty smear there instead. Strands of her messy blonde hair hung around her face as she stared into the waters looking for movement. Some bubbles that erupted at the surface made her squeeze tighter. She had to be sure. Everything depended on this being done right. A good sheriff knows how to start a conversation with an opposing force. They'd never resort to the words murder or cover-up in the first few moments. That would only incite feelings of anger, guilt, or even violence. It's best to start on a light note. Maybe the steps taken to arrive at the accusations they were about to throw. Even then, however, if the accused has been following your movements for a while, then it might be better to never speak up at all. Things had calmed down, the only movement coming from a lone blue ribbon that floated in the middle of the small pond. Even the crickets were silent, scared by the noise that had filled the small clearing only a few minutes earlier. The water had stopped moving, and soon the only thing May could see was the darkness of her reflection on the surface. Slowly she released her grip and pulled her hand from the water. There is another thing a good sheriff would never do, May thought, as Jordyn Winnia's still body floated to the surface. A good sheriff would always find a safe meeting place. May grasped her ribbon from the water and tied it back into her hair. She was a good sheriff.